So here is bass in a coulis of herbs made from Cress puree with nasturtium leaves, herbs. I've exaggerated a little bit there, but we are in Provence, so we can do whatever we like. Shallots, tomatoes, and potatoes, with which I'm going to make a puree, butter, cream, white wine, and then the result of our puree of cress leaves and nasturtium leaves. So the puree, you have to cut up the potatoes. You either steam them or boil them in salted water, beginning with cold water. And then we'll now start the cooking. So we have blanched tomatoes, that is to say they've been dipped into boiling water, and now we can peel them very easily. I've cut them into four. I've withdrawn the central part with the seeds, and now I'll dry them in the oven at about 80 to 100 degrees. Here I've made an incision. I remove the head behind the gills. I make an incision along the back, along the backbone. You can see the backbone here. And then I remove the fillets, following the backbone. I remove the fleshy part. Now I'm going to chop the shallots very finely. Like that. And then I add a knob of butter to the bottom of the dish, which I'm also going to salt lightly, and also with the shallots. Then I place my fish skin side down in the dish. I add a twig of rosemary and a little bit of fresh thyme. And then I moisten it with white wine, very, very little. And then I will salt the top of the fillets. I add a little bit of fresh ground pepper. Don't do what one of my assistants did. He used too much pepper. And we need just a little teaspoon of butter for braising. And now we can put this into the oven at 200 degrees for 10 to 15 minutes. We have to cook the potatoes and then work on this for some time with a wooden spatula to mix it with the butter, and then into the oven with it, with the white wine and the herbs. And now I have my fish, which I keep warm, and will now reduce the sauce to obtain 1 or 2 soup spoons of juice. I've got a large teaspoon with the shallots and a touch of butter, 2 spoonfuls of fresh cream, and I mix it all together. The knob of butter. And I'll put this through the sieve in order to remove the shallots. A very dense sauce. And I'll now add the herb puree, just 1 or 2 teaspoons. This puree was obtained with the nasturtium leaves and with the cress. You can do without the nasturtium leaves. And this goes into the bottom of the plate, and I decorate with the nasturtium leaves and with flowers and the tomato quarters. These tomato quarters that I'd put to one side earlier. So here you have a Mediterranean bass in a herb sauce with Provence white wine, which you can now serve during the